If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. So I'm doing one of probably my most favorite chore that I have, and that is sitting by the lake. Here's my chair. Sitting by the lake, 67 degrees, nice cool breeze, filtering water. This is the Berkey water filtration system. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it today. I've got lots of videos on the Berkey. The way the Berkey works, it's a two-stage system. You got a top stage that has the filters inside of it. Don't know if you can see that. 1, 2 filters. A bottom stage, so it's gravity fed. So the water feeds from the top down into the bottom through the filters. And it's water purification. Filters out 99.99999% of the stuff that can harm you. And I always think it's pretty handy to have, even filtering water from the faucet. You know, you get to different areas, different chlorine levels and that kind of thing, and it really upsets your stomach for a few days until your stomach adjusts. So all our drinking water goes through this. Now, it can filter out lake water. Before you do that, though, make sure you pour some chlorine in it. There's two main viruses that the Berkey, that no filtration system will get out. So you want to make sure that if anybody went to the bathroom next to the lake or in the lake, that you get those viruses out of it. So what I do is I constantly keep the top portion of the Berkey completely full, so the water is always covering the filters. That way, I'm always using the entire filter. Because if I just let it gravity feed down to here, then the top portion of the filter wouldn't be covered. And so it wears out your filters faster. When I'm done filtering, I just take the top portion off, dump the water back in a bucket. Now, as I was saying, it's one of my favorite chores to do because I get to sit down and relax, you know, watch the water, watch the wildlife, watch the, watch YouTube videos or catch up on the news. I've mentioned several times that we're going to try to spend our winter in Texas this year. Last 2 years, we've spent half of the year in Florida. Long story, but I never got to spend an entire winter in Florida. This coming winter, we're going to do it in Texas. Now, we are going to Arizona. We're going to go to the North Rim, Arizona in July. But as soon as we're done seeing the North Rim, we're going to start heading back south into Texas. We're just kind of cutting through Texas right now to slow our pace right into Arizona is what our goal is. You know, I don't want to oversell anything. This is the first campground that I've been to, but it really does appear that Texas is a great state for RVing. I mean, when you pull up freecampsites.net and you compare it against Arizona and Texas, and you put in a simple filter on freecampsites.net, drinking water, you won't find but maybe 1 or 2 campgrounds that have drinking water. Ooh, I don't know if you heard that. There was a fish that just popped out of the water. But in Texas, they're everywhere, and nobody's here. Look behind me, and it's been like this all week. The difference between Texas and Arizona and every other state is there is not a lot of federal grounds, federal lands to stay on. Texas used to be its own country. And when it entered the Union of the United States had to agree that they would not take on federal property. I don't know all the specifics of the history, but I did do a little bit of research. And so as a result, Texas takes care of itself. And so instead of relying on the federal government to provide lands to go camping on, the individual towns and counties do it. This is a county park right here. And they allow you to camp here for 14 days. Well, actually, there's no information that says how long you can camp here. I just went up and talked to one of the county folks just a few minutes ago. And I said, is there anywhere I can send a donation? Because, you know, I'd like to help try to support this a little bit. I don't pay taxes in Texas. I'm going to be here 2 weeks. I'm going to go grocery shopping in the area. But I just didn't feel like that the taxes I pay on anything I buy would really contribute to the hospitality that this county has provided me. And he says, wow, I've never heard anybody ask to send a donation. He says, I guess you can send it to the courthouse And so I'm going to try to find a number or something that I can call and send a donation to. And I'm going to try to do that with all these little county parks. We tried this before in Tennessee. Tennessee has a lot of county parks, and the one that we went to was Ray Springs. And unfortunately, it was just overrun with squatters, people who had taken up residence. So the day after we got there, they shut down the campground. But I always get messages one way or another. Yeah, it's open. No, it's shut down. Yeah, it's open. No, it's shut down. So they must have a lot of problems. But here, this has been an absolute amazing campground. Over the weekend, you had a travel trailer here and a tent camper here. And since then, there's been nobody here. Now check this out. So you just saw my truck. But here, there's a light that comes on at night. Men and women bathroom with flushing toilets. They have taken out the sink. And if you go to freecampsites.net, back in January, I think, these bathrooms were boarded up. I assume that, they were tore up. But there's a brand new toilet in it. So the county does its best to try to maintain the bathroom, make sure it keeps working. It's got running water with a spring. Love that. Trash cans at every camp spot. And then down here, down this direction, there is a boat ramp. But any other place that I go to, it always appears that there might be some illegal activity going on. It doesn't appear that's the case here. What's interesting is I've not seen any police officers patrol the area. Now up here, there's a small community. What's interesting is, you see everybody promoting Arizona as the place to go, but they sure are missing out on the world when they limit themselves to Arizona. But I mean, look at this. This huge lake. Nobody's complained. Nobody's told me to leave. No one's knocked on my door. No one's bothered me. It's been quite peaceful. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.